Hello everyone, so I'm going to review this Mophie Powerstation today. It's the Powerstation Go Rugged AC. It has a car jump starter, AC power outlet, and dual USB-A ports. And that's the box. I'm charging it right now, as you can see. And when I received it, it was on 73%. I've been having this for almost a month now, so I've been using it off and on, but I decided to do a video on it because I've been using it and I think I've used it long enough to do a review on it. And let's see, this is the back of it. Has a built-in floodlight as well with SOS light. So the AC outlet is the reason why I bought this. It's a 65 watt, 115 volt AC outlet. This is the main reason why I bought this. The jumper, I mean, it's good to have something to jumpstart your car as well. So I factor into the car jump starter and the AC outlet. I factor all of that into it before I bought it because it is pretty pricey. But I do see if you buy a car jump starter by itself, you could spend like $60 or something just for a battery to jump your car only. Like that's all it could do. It can't charge anything else. All right, it came with the jumper cables, and these are mini jumper cables, so the cord isn't that long. And it has the ports here. I've never jump started a car before, but I do know like that the black goes to negative and the red goes to positive. But you don't have to know because it comes with a car jump start guide on the back of your bag, and it tells you how to use everything. And it also tells you how to use your AC outlet. So one thing I'm really curious about is if my USB-C can charge a USB-C device, because this has a USB-C charging area just to charge the device, like the power station. But I'm wondering if I could plug something back there to charge something else. I probably can't, I'm really not sure. But I'm gonna try that out to see if that's possible. And here's the rest of the areas here. This is the AC outlet here. And then the dual ports in the front. I like that they have doors for each of the areas, but sometimes the door can get a little annoying too because it doesn't go back completely. The door doesn't go back all the way, so it can kind of be hard to plug in something. And this is the flashlight in the back. I mean on the side, not in the back. So it's fully charged to 100%. And one thing I would like to mention, this thing gets really hot. Like once it's fully like charged, it's hot. See, it says Mophie on it. So be careful when you're unplugging this from the wall because it is hot. Right now it's just warm, but it can get really hot. When you click the USB-A port button, it shows 100%, and then it shows the actual shaded like battery, and you turn it off. And then when you click on this area to jumpstart a car, it shows you the volts and the battery percentage pops up again. So just to show you what it shows, and I'm gonna turn it off. Next, I'm going to test out the flashlight, and to a warning with anyone who's sensitive to light, you might want to fast forward this part. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight here and turn it on. It's super bright, I'll tell you that. Really bright. And if you push the button again, it turns red. And then the third time it flashes. And then it turns off. So here I have an iPad that takes USB-C cord. It's a USB-C cord to charge. And I was kind of curious to see if this would work. But then I was thinking it probably wouldn't work because you have to have a button to turn each area on. Like for, you know, the AC outlet has a certain button. The flashlight has a certain button. And, you know, like each area has its own button. So I'm thinking that it's probably not gonna work. This is probably just to charge the power station only. But I'm gonna see what will happen if I plug it in anyway. So let's see, so here we go. I'm gonna plug it in and I'll see what happens. Right now the iPad is off, like turned off, so. Okay, so nothing happened. Let me turn the front on. Let me turn this on in the front to see if it'll work. Yeah, so I can't charge using the USB-C port in the back. Yeah, it didn't work. So the only way I can charge my iPad or a computer would be through the AC outlet. All right. So I went ahead and plugged in my iPad adapter to the AC outlet, and I'm gonna turn it on. And yep, turned on, it's charging 100%. Let's see. So it's already 100%, but you can see that it works, but you have to use the AC part. At least it works, right? I have this really old tablet here. It's a ASUS or ASUS, I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's super old, but it got me through a lot of classes online. So it still works, it just takes forever to charge. And I'm going to see if it'll charge with the power station. And I would know if it's charging because the light would turn red. Now, I keep using this thing. I know it's super old, but I can't afford the keyboard to the iPad right now. Like, that thing is expensive. So I use this all the time because of the keyboard mainly. But the battery on here sucks now. It doesn't even last long, and it takes like 2 days to charge. It's ridiculous. All right, so let's do this. So I have it plugged into the USB-A port in the front, and I'm gonna turn it on. Still at 100%, and let's see if it's charging. Okay, so the light is on, which means that it's charging. Sorry, I'm trying to move it. Okay, so it will charge this. I don't know how long it'll take to charge this because when I charge this on a wall outlet, I told you it takes like 2 days to charge. So I wouldn't even try to like fully charge this with the station. The battery is just way too old. But it worked in my toothbrush, but I haven't turned it on yet. So on the AC outlet, and the AC outlet will flash first. Let you know that it's on. When it's a solid light, it means it's ready to be used, but I already plugged it in. And you see 100%, and my toothbrush blinks when it charges, so you can see that it is charging. I don't know how long it would take to fully charge my toothbrush because my toothbrush doesn't have a digital reader on it, so I can't see how much battery it needs, like how much the percentage it needs to be fully charged. I just know that when the lights stop blinking on my toothbrush, then that means it's fully charged. And I've charged it a couple days ago, so it doesn't need to be charged that much. But yeah, you can see that it is working for my toothbrush. Next, I'm going to try to use it with this tower fan. This tower fan is pretty big. It's not like a huge tower fan, but it's pretty big for something to try to use with this smaller power station. But that's all I have, and I want to test it out. So Before I test it out, I just want to show you all that it does work with the wall outlets. I'm going to turn it on just to show you it works with the wall outlet. And it's pretty quiet. Now I'm going to plug it in to the power station and see if it'll turn on. I plugged it into my power station, but I haven't turned it on. And I want to say that I did have to use a little bit of muscle to push this one inside. Maybe because the cord is a bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the AC outlet part. I turned the AC on, it flashed, it's solid light, which means it's ready to be used. Still at 100%, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my fan on. I immediately notice a noise from the fan, and the fan is on, but there's like this humming noise. So I'm gonna turn it off. So that humming noise doesn't sound good. But I would say that from using the AC outlet, look, it took down a percentage to actually 2% that fast. This fan is too big for this type of device. But one thing I would say from using the AC outlet so far on this is that I haven't heard any noise from the power station. Like no loud noise at all from using it. So, but it dropped my percentage down immediately. All right, so next I'm going to charge my cell phone. My phone here is an iPhone 6s Plus, and I'm mentioning that because it's an older phone, so the battery is a bit older. And yes, my screen is cracked. My actual screen is cracked, so it's not even the screen protector. The screen is cracked. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Okay, oh, there we go. I got nervous for a second. So it's still at 98%. And it charging? Yeah, it's charging. So it's charging my phone. My phone is at 59%. I would note for older iPhones, it takes longer to charge. If you have a newer iPhone, the Mophie would charge it immediately. It'll charge really fast. But it does charge, as you can see, it does work. It is charging, and it just went up a percentage really fast. And it's still at 98%. The last thing I'm going to do is test out my adapter with it. So I'm gonna put this into the AC outlet and see if it'll charge my phone. So I was able to squeeze it in there. The little door was kind of in the way, like this part, but I was able to get it in there, and I'm going to turn it on to see if it'll charge. So I turned it on, 98%, and yeah, it is charging. Okay, so it worked. Well, that's good to know. So you don't have to put it in directly to the USB-A ports in the front. You can still use your adapter to charge it. That is it for this review. Hope you all enjoy this video, and thank you all for watching.